Excellencies, distinguished participants, dear friends, habari za asubuhi, buenos dias, good morning, bienvenue, welcome to the Nairobi Summit ICPD 25. Thank you for being here. All roads lead to Nairobi as we march in solidarity with women and girls all over the world. We gather to celebrate and draw strength from what we've achieved together as the world recommits to the extraordinary vision of the program of action set forth at the International Conference on Population and Development in Cairo in 1994, a vision of full equality for women and girls and of reproductive rights for all. That vision is still far from reality. And that journey that began 25 years ago is far from over. It's now time to finish that unfinished business. Cairo ICPD began the push to put women and girls at the center of global development strategies. This has paid off time and again. Since Cairo, maternal mortality is down 44% worldwide, meaning 4 million women are alive today who otherwise would have died in pregnancy or childbirth. Good reason to celebrate. Yet we have come to Nairobi because good progress is not good enough. We insist that promises made become promises kept to girls, to women, to boys, to men, to everyone. In just the short time that I've been standing here at this podium, at least 46 underage girls have been forced to marry. In just these few moments, countless people have been sexually abused, hurt, and traumatized. These victims, these survivors, are more likely to be shamed and blamed than the perpetrators who attacked them. At least 3 girls died from complications of pregnancy that are entirely preventable. Lives cut short for no other reason than our collective failure to provide the health care that they need and deserve, as is the right of every human being. I say, let our message be clear, no more. The reproductive rights of women and girls are not up for negotiation, and we shall protect and uphold them. We will do it because the Sustainable Development Goals depend on it. We do it because we cannot hope to end poverty and hunger, improve health and human well-being, deliver quality education, and achieve peace and prosperity until every woman, every girl can live in full equality with dignity and respect. We will do it because strengthening our societies, growing our economies, and importantly, combating climate change, all of it depends upon women and girls taking control over their bodies, over their choices and their futures. And there is a fundamental reason that we will uphold sexual and reproductive health and rights. We will do it because it is right. And the world should not wait another 25 years. Reproductive rights are human rights, and we will not back down. Excellencies, dear friends, somewhere in the world right now, there's a girl overflowing with her boundless potential. Picture her in India, in Nigeria, Portugal, Panama, Kazakhstan, or right here in Kenya. What does her future hold? Will she have the freedom to decide who, when, and if she marries? Or will she be forced to abandon her education and wed a man many times her age? Will she embark on her journey into womanhood safe, in her home, at school, and in her community? Or will she end up abused, as happens to 1 in every 3 women and girls in their lifetimes? Will she learn the truth about her body and how it works and how to protect her health? Or will her world be turned upside down upon discovering that she is pregnant, ignorant of how it all happened? Those answers are up to you. Those answers are up to us. I would like to thank the 165 plus member states here voluntarily out of goodwill and concern. You are here not to negotiate new documents or language, but to uphold existing agreements and to share and to learn from each other. The will for change emanates from understanding. I encourage you to act upon the evidence as you determine and implement what is best for your countries. I hail the many leaders at this Nairobi Summit, leaders of countries, of communities and organizations. We salute Kenya, our host, and we thank you, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for your leadership and your vision. We salute Denmark. We thank Crown Princess Mary of Denmark, Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, and Minister Rasmus Prehn for Denmark's resolute support of this Nairobi Summit and unwavering support of sexual and reproductive health and rights for all. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, a true feminist, is represented today by Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed, global champion of youth and the girl child, and torchbearer for women, peace and security, and for the Sustainable Development Goals. And I salute you, delegates, and all the partners bringing new ideas and new resources to make rights and choices a reality. From the private sector, civil society, the faith-based community, and to you, young people present here in your numbers. You are leading, you're challenging, you're inspiring and pushing us to go further. Thank you. Let us applaud feminists and activists. You ignited a movement from Cairo to Beijing, and until today, you champion rights and choices for every girl so that she may fulfill her dreams. Thank you. And I urge us to heed the interests of that young girl and the solutions that we devise, her interests, as we commit in those Nairobi commitments that we announce, her interests in decisions we take in the days to come. The way forward is by focusing on one number only. And for UNFPA, that number is 0. 0 unmet need for contraception, so that every woman and adolescent girl decides for herself whether, when to get pregnant, how many children to have. 0 preventable maternal deaths, so that no woman will have to die for want of reproductive care. And 0 gender-based violence. 0 cases of female genital mutilation. 0 forced and child marriages. From this day forward, let us join hands and consign rape and sexual assault and femicide to the past. It will take comprehensive, innovative population data to zero in on those who are furthest behind, and that is the vision that is set out in the Nairobi Statement. 0 is the only acceptable target, and it is within our power to achieve it. Here's the reason that women are marching. We are marching for gender equality the world over, demanding full respect in the home, in the workplace, in the streets. Let's commit to the political will and make the smart investments to get the job done. The African proverb says, "When sleeping women awaken, mountains move." Ours is an inclusive agenda, and we leave no one behind. You may be HIV positive, we are marching with you. If you're a person with disabilities, your fight is our fight. Whether you're indigenous, an African descendant, from ethnic or a religious minority, if you're displaced or a refugee, we stand with you. If you are of diverse sexual orientation or gender identity, we respect your human rights. We, the peoples, march forward for freedom and justice together. The Nobel laureate, Wangari Maathai, once said, "Until you dig a hole, you plant a tree, you water it and make it survive, you haven't done a thing. You're just talking." She was referring to the Greenbelt movement that she founded here in Kenya, which has planted millions of trees. Professor Wangari was speaking too of something far more profound. She was referencing the work, the difficult, messy, tiring, day in and day out work it takes to act, for real change to take root and to get things done. Today, we stand united to declare the time to act is now. Never lose sight of who it is that we're fighting for. Anyone excluded, neglected, abused, forgotten. Sexual and reproductive health and rights. They matter because women and girls matter, and everyone matters. Years from now, may it be said that the Nairobi Summit was not about talk. It was about doing. Let them say that we did the work. We kept the promises of the ICPD and 2030 agendas, that we planted the trees of rights and choices for all. The Nairobi Statement, with its 1,000+ Nairobi commitments thus far, are powerful signals of our intention to secure sexual and reproductive health and rights and choices for all, once and for all. Adelante, we keep moving forward. We will not retreat. We will never give up. We are in a race to the finish line, and we shall prevail. Thank you. Nashukuru sana. Thank you very much.